He stole 40 million. Got
Most
beat
people
on.
know that I get
got
threatened
caught.
a lot on this channel. People don't like it when you expose them.
I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon.
Most people know that I get threatened a lot on this channel. People don't like it when you expose them.
I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it.
So scammers
He did not sue.
Go after
He said
me.
all that. It did not sue. Ain't nothing happened to bro. Damn, I'm bouncing my knee and I skipped a little bit. Go back. There you go.
Most people know that I get threatened a lot on this channel. People don't like it when you expose them.
I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it.
So scammers saying that they're gonna go after me is something that I've long been desensitized to.
CoffeeZilla. Nobody knows anything about his family because they don't have the resources I have.
But what we don't talk about a lot is that the opposite is also true. When victims of...
Whoa. A fly tried to go out my mouth. Freak ass fly. Wow. I mean, Nat.
Scams learn what's been done to them, the scammer very often becomes the target of a lot of personal threats. And honestly, most of them seem to take the same approach I do. You unfortunately have to ignore it. Because 99% of the time, internet threats are just that, threats, which never go beyond the screen. But this video is a reminder that every now and then, someone will take it all the way. We're talking today about Aiden Pleterski, a scammer who taunted
Bro
his
look
victim
zooted, boy. That boy look gone to the bitch. Bro look like he faded.
about Aiden Pleterski, a scammer who taunted his victims with flashy cars and took their money until it was too late. And he was kidnapped, beaten, and ransomed for $3 million, leading up to this video, which I will warn you.
But it was worth it. I ain't gonna lie. I know that niggas feel like it was worth it. I ain't gonna cap. I know it was worth it.
Everything that happened is my fault. I'm not gonna put the blame on anybody else. I'm not gonna try to put the blame on anybody else.
He got beat the fuck on too. Damn, every video I'm watching, people getting beat on. What's happening?
Humiliated. I feel disgusted in my actions. I feel disgusted in what
Nigga mouth twisted.
I did after 2021. I feel like a lot of it was illegal. All these guys that are owed the money, I'm gonna do what I can do to make it right. I'm gonna call each and every one of you individually.
What you just saw is a man who used to be called the Crypto King by Forbes.com, who took in $40 million via
Me personally, when they let me go, I ain't giving no money back. They gotta catch me again. I ain't gonna cap.
scheme.
They gotta catch me twice.
Never
What you talking
repaid
about?
his victims. In this video, he appears to be apologizing for those actions, but now that he's free, he says he had no choice. Now, we first learned about the kidnapping back in March when Aiden Pleterski's father claimed that Aiden was kidnapped. But many people, including myself, didn't really know what to make of these claims because no evidence existed besides an interview, which was filed in court. The father says that his son was taken. They basically held him for approximately 3 days, drove him around to various parts of southern Ontario, beat him, tortured him, allowed him to make specific phone calls. Approximately 2 or 3 days later, he was released with the threat that he needed to come up with some money fast, specifically $3 million. But this week we found out that this kidnapping was very much real, and that 5 men were arrested and charged with kidnapping, and we know that allegedly one of the kidnappers, Akil Haywood, actually knew Aiden quite well because he invested with him.
Court records show Haywood lost more than $700,000 investing with
Damn,
Pleterski.
Baldhead got arrested.
And
Fuck.
in another twist, he was appointed as an inspector in Pleterski's bankruptcy proceedings.
That's right. One of the kidnappers was one of Pleterski's victims, who presumably watched him post luxury cars and private jets to social media until he had had enough.
Bro was watching that. He was like, "Damn, this nigga got up on me. I gotta get my revenge." Type shit.
And as one of the bankruptcy inspectors, he had
Bro was
access to
looking
special
at that
kinds of
shit sick as
information
hell.
about Pleterski, possibly including the fact that some of the trustees thought Pleterski was hiding assets.
Do you believe that he's hiding assets from you?
I have reason to believe that he is still hiding assets, yes.
So Haywood likely knew Pleterski wasn't sharing everything, and likely knew other people in the case were hiding information too, like Colin Murphy, one of the fundraisers for this Ponzi scheme. In January, he wiped his phone of all the data which he was asked for, and he had a very bad explanation for why.
You wiped your phone before, knowing that they needed what was on it?
I keep super sensitive stuff on there with my girlfriend, and it's funny because this Norman Groot guy, he's saying, oh, I'm hiding this information and blah, 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 blah. And he doesn't realize that I've been I've been keeping stuff to give to somebody. I just didn't know if he was the right person.
Ah, dang, I was about to give you guys all the evidence. I was trying to get it to you, and then I swiped my phone for no reason. Yeah, this may be one of the most transparent ways to hide evidence. Wipe it before and go, I had a girlfriend, guys. Can't hold me accountable. And my point is, these details suggest that Haywood might have believed that Platursky was hiding assets that he could get that the court simply couldn't. Although it's worth saying, I'm definitely not defending what Haywood did, kidnapping him, because not only is it completely wrong, it quickly came out that Haywood isn't some misguided vigilante for justice or something. Given what he did next, he seems about as horrible.
Haywood is also charged with threatening an official from Grant Thornton, who's overseeing the proceedings, for $2 million in cryptocurrency. The accounting firm said Haywood resigned as an inspector. Grant Thornton said, "We've been cooperating with police and have maintained open lines of communication. We cannot comment any further as this is an active investigation."
Wow, you heard that right. Not only did Haywood threaten the scammer, he threatened the bankruptcy lawyers in the case and wanted a bunch of money from them, which is really playing both sides in a creative way, I've got to say.
Yeah, nigga being smart as hell, I ain't gonna lie.
It's not like he was looking for the amount he was owed, which is allegedly $740,000. He was looking for millions of dollars as a payday. So no one in this situation is particularly great. And of course, since then, him and his co-conspirators now face kidnapping charges. But what I do find very confusing is that all of the crimes being passed around here like a game of hot potato, the one person not being criminally charged in this situation
is a scammer. The scammer ain't getting charged.
Thousands of people were able
and I got hit with a fucking ad. Ain't no way.
Is Aiden Platursky.
Yeah, that nigga did not get no punishment. That nigga got off scot-free.
Himself, the original scammer in this whole situation that started this all. He lied to all those people, said he was this great cryptocurrency forex trader, allegedly stole tens of millions of dollars.
Bro, up right now, I ain't gonna lie.
Private jets and expensive houses, and
they need to get the get back.
Charged? Like, I'm so surprised by this. This case is very reminiscent of another story that we've just recently did with Ted Safranco, who promised these amazing forex trades, but just ran a big Ponzi instead. And not only am I surprised by the size of these Ponzi schemes, and that Platursky did something very similar. He invested only 2% of the $40 million he took in. But I'm also surprised by how blatant of a fraud this is. And incidentally, the similarities don't stop there with our last story. Remember, Ted Safranco claimed he was also attacked by would-be creditors. And so this pattern of crypto or forex scammers isn't going away anytime soon, nor are the legions of upset victims who are pissed both that they got robbed and that most of these people face little to any criminal charges. And so it's easy to see why they're frustrated, although I have to say that I disagree with the method. Kidnapping someone who scammed you and ransoming them for money in some kind of scam.
I say that's a valid reason. Fuck you talking about? He stole money from me? Gee, you gotta get the worst. Fuck you talking about?